Welcome back, everybody. Episode 2 of the Footy Pod, Lucrative Yap. What do you know about it? This is going to be a regular segment nowadays. But yeah, we got me back in the stew. We got Big Bon driving to Colorado right now. And we got
Yes, sir.
Marco Arteta in the flesh. On this nice early morning.
I've been loving my Arsenal players cooking in the World Cup. Martinelli scoring the game winner against Brazil.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about Arsenal players in the World Cup. Let's talk about an Arsenal player that let down his nation. Let's talk about an Arsenal player that all of a sudden Paraguay, the team that got stomped by the United States, that was a joke, that everyone said was a fluke, goes out there and beats Germany. Now, we don't got Aiden to explain that take today, but we wish he was here to defend it.
The one who scored the goal for Germany.
He did. He did it.
But when they needed him most. When they needed him most.
Yeah, like, this was a weird result because we look at the slate of games from yesterday. And by the way, for reference, guys, it's June 30th. The second day of knockouts is today. So we got some good games. We got Norway playing today. We have France playing today. So it'll be a good day. But for reference, looking at yesterday, you see Morocco and the Dutch. That'll be a close one. You see Brazil, Japan. That'll be a close one. But Germany, Paraguay was supposed to be belt on paper. And
yeah,
lost to the United States 4-1. I was the first one saying as loud as I could, Paraguay are one of the worst teams in the tournament. They don't know how to play football. They are terrible. They're unathletic. They are slow. They don't play together. They're trash. And then they qualified, and I was like, wow, they qualified. Okay, Paraguay. Ready to get bounced in the first round by Germany. Congratulations. And then they beat Germany. I was so happy. I hate Germany.
you know, I don't hate Germany as a team, but this year I hate the way they play. They play such a terrible brand and not a normal Germany brand. We're used to seeing high speed techers all across the field, and
for Germany,
when I was watching yesterday, in the past, I mean guys like like 2014 Germany when they won.
2014 Germany wasn't fast and techers, dude.
Dude, that was possession passing Croy. Like what?
You know what? I don't know, ball. Yeah, let me. It's really early in the morning. Nah, they do play a possession-based game, but it's like
in the morning.
Watching them, watching them yesterday was like, they
That's
only have midfielders and number 9s. They have no speed out wide. Like they were just playing so direct.
We gotta talk about Sam Bin Laden over there.
They did have speed out wide, but Leroy Sané went.
He is terrible. He is
bad.
He's honestly like one of the worst players in the entire World Cup. I stand on it. When I was watching that game, I was like, every time he's getting the ball, he's losing it, and he did. He lost the ball.
He didn't have a single win.
Times.
He didn't have a single win.
He had a Garnacho-esque performance.
Yes. Like where you'd pay for him to play for the other team. Like. Oh my gosh.
I'm taking Garnacho over Leroy Sané at the moment. Like,
bro.
I don't know anyone
guys,
worse than Sané.
We should reflect on our takes. We should reflect on our takes from before.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
First,
Marco, I was thinking, should we do like a quick little recap of yesterday's games? Because I think yesterday's games need to be talked about.
Yeah, let's
just a little
we're
bit.
We're gonna get to it anyway.
We'll go game by game here. Brazil, Japan.
We're gonna get to it anyway. Alright, guys. I said from the start, Brazil was gonna be a strong team. Everybody was like, "Have you seen their wingbacks? Who?" Everybody was like,
I said that.
Won't be able to put that attack together. Everybody was like, their midfield is trash. Guys. We have Carlo Ancelotti and Vinicius Jr. Okay? I knew it was going to become a Vinny FC. Okay? Look what he's been doing. Did you guys see that worldly goal he almost scored?
Yeah. That
Through
was
the legs.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Save by the Japanese goalkeeper, Suzuki. Incredible save. I mean, I grew up a goalkeeper. I know the exact feeling when you realize you got a hand on the ball and you're like, oh my gosh, and then you look and you realize it's a save, and I could just see his face, and like I could see those same thoughts going through his head. I mean, incredible save. Like he knew he made an amazing save.
He knew he was gonna be on ESPN Sports Center top 10. Like, what a save! And if Vinny scored that, not only is that goal of the tournament, that's Puskas. Because we saw that initial first touch Meg and we're like,
that would have been one of the best World Cup goals of all time.
Of all time. And the player Vinny is, and the slack that he gets in the media is just like, that would have been such an incredible goal, such an incredible story. Also, something to point out, and I know Marco, you and Aiden are big fans of him. I don't give him as much credit. I think he's a solid player, but yesterday he blew me away, and I think he's one of the best box-to-box midfielders in the world, is Bruno G. Shout out Bruno G. What a player.
World class. He's world class.
He dictated that whole midfield, and the fact that you have Paqueta and Casemiro who can't run. Shout out the goal though. That you're playing with those two bums, respectfully, especially Paqueta. He is a bum. Bruno G carried that midfield, and he was the engine. So shout out Bruno G.
Cunha.
And Cunha.
Except Joe messed up by not taking João Pedro and putting Cunha at striker. Like, what?
No, I think
Cunha, bro.
is great. Cunha's had a great tournament. Cunha's
been a top 3 player for Brazil.
Oh, for
top
sure.
Top 3 player
for
Brazil.
Sure.
Easily.
Yeah, but if it was João Pedro, he'd be like the top right after Vinny.
Yeah, I mean, João Pedro would be on like the Golden Boot watch, and it would be not even funny, bro. Igor, they took Igor and Neymar to the tournament just to sit there
and
like, hold their hands up and clap.
Now they just benched Igor Thiago because he's been dog shit. Okay, they could have had João Pedro, who was one of the best players on Chelsea, according to statistics, a top 10 player in the Premier League.
I think a rotation. I think a rotation of João Pedro and Cunha would be good. I mean, I think Cunha he plays a good role as false 9. I mean,
for me, Cunha should be the 10, and João Pedro should be the 9. Over Lucas Paquetá.
That would be good too. I think that would be good too. And Paquetá should never play. I think it's ridiculous.
Ball on like kind of like that long ball, holding that ball, and then he would have been so good at dishing that ball off wide to Vinny. And then they could have played together so well. Igor, bro, like, he just looks lost.
But he hasn't
they're just lost puppies next to them.
I don't even think he's played since the first game, which I think Carlo is just biting the bullet. He knows that.
Carlo just realized that he's terrible.
Yeah, exactly. He realizes that he done fucked up.
Dude, let's move on,
guys, to Netherlands, Morocco.
You want to save Germany, Paraguay? Should we go in sequence here, or?
We already kind of talked about Germany, Paraguay, no?
Not on the.
Yeah.
On the, before the record.
Yeah. Well, Germany, Paraguay. I mean, we all thought that Germany was gonna win that game. No, I said on the pod that I was a Germany hater, right?
Me too.
Well, I was a Germany hater. I thought they were going to finish third in the group, and then after the pot, I kind of double guessed myself, and the bracket that I submitted was they finished second. I did think Ecuador was going to finish first, but it's okay. That group that they were in was really strong. I'm very impressed by Ecuador beating Germany at the end as well, scoring twice.
Yeah.
It was very
In a
impressive.
must-win. They needed to get
And a
there.
must-win game.
But anyways, for
And then now
Germany,
Germany played Paraguay. They dominated most of the game, but it didn't matter. You can't score, you can't score. And Paraguay held it down. Held it down.
But that's
And
the
they got the
Paraguay we know.
penalties. And they got the penalties, and they had no nerves. Surprisingly, they had no nerves. Germany, they had their nerves.
Marco,
You guys see
I don't
the
think
Jonathan
it's a
Tah
surprise.
penalty?
Oh.
Obadiba?
Over Diba. So now you like it. Now you like it.
Because it's Jonathan Tah now.
On the month anniversary of Gabriel missing. Yo, shout out Gabriel. Shout out.
You had a great game.
Gabriel.
He had an assist, but yo,
It's Gabriel and Marquinhos. Like,
it's a good pairing. It's a
Dude,
good pairing. It's a good
Gabriel for Brazil, bro, is just like he's a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
King Gabriel.
Just
Oh, that one says.
take away that missed pen from Gabriel, and I think his legacy would have been like his legacy is gonna be that missed pen. But dude, the guy's an absolute demon. I mean, he starts on almost any team in the world.
I think he starts in every team. Like, because there's two center back spots. I think he starts in every team. But back to Paraguay,
like,
Germany.
as an Arsenal glaze, the Gabriel and Saliba start in any team in the world. It's not an argument. It's not an argument. Like, you know, their consistency, their play, the pace of play that they can maintain. There's no others.
They don't make mistakes.
They're composed. They're good at tackling. They're good in the air. They're pretty much like the ideal center back. They're
the top tier modern day center backs.
Yeah. If you were to genetically create a perfect center back, you would pick Gabriel and Saliba. But anyways, back to Germany and Paraguay. I wanted to hit on something you said, Marco. Paraguay had no nerves. Germany had nerves, and that makes sense. Paraguay have nothing to lose in this situation. The fact that they're in pens with Germany, I was watching it with someone in my building. I'm like, these guys are having fun. Like, regardless of what happens, good for Paraguay. Germany, on the other hand, they're like, we can't lose this. We can't lose this. And I think that's what it came down to.
Had high expectations for themselves. I haven't said it in their post-game interview. They had high expectations, because they've been successful in the past few World Cups.
Few? This is 12 years in a row of not making it past the knockouts.
Well, they have 4 World Cups,
Since 2014, they've been extremely.
They have Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz. Like,
wait.
You can't mess up.
But let's hit on that though. Those two were ghosts. Besides the Wirtz assist.
I'm happy about it. Can't lie. Honestly, when I see a rival player that is extremely elite and I'm not playing very well, and it's a little sigh of relief, A little sigh of relief.
Oh, yeah.
Jamal Musiala on his day, terrorizes any back line in the world.
I agree. Not against Paraguay though. I think he didn't need his Wheaties or something. But let me tell you.
Yeah, but Mr. Pulisic got that though, and Balogun got that.
Yeah.
Musiala don't.
That's big US.
So
let me tell you.
What does that mean about the US though? Like, if we're gonna pivot off something.
The US are way better than we expected.
I agree with that, and I think the stakes. The stakes are obviously different. When US played Paraguay, it was definitely lower stakes. Knockouts, anything can happen. But yeah, shout out US, man. I wanted to do a little bit where we reflect on some of our good takes and some of our bad takes. Maybe we can do that later.
Oh, no.
But Marco and I were kind of adamant on we didn't really give the CONMEBOL or the CONCACAF enough credit. We did not give the CONCACAF enough credit.
It's pretty weak.
We counted out Canada. We counted out the US. We counted out Mexico.
And Mexico.
And look at all of them. They're
topped all their groups. Not Ipswich, especially.
They've had a little bit of little lucky first round matchups, but hey, Wins are wins. They're putting.
Hey!
They're winning their groups.
Talking about.
Portugal did,
Go, Ben.
okay, we're talking about winning groups. I want to get on this. This is the importance of winning your group. Look at what France's bracket. Look at France's bracket. Look at Portugal's bracket. Look at America's. Look at Argentina's. They all did their job. They came into play. Portugal didn't. They lost to Colombia. We'll talk about Colombia later. Colombia looks so good. Number 11 on Colombia.
Ooh,
Woo!
so good.
Woo!
Colombia.
They looked good.
I don't
They
think-
looked good.
I don't
They do
think
look
Colombia
good.
looks so good. I think they look
They
so
look
good.
good.
What do
I
you-
think they.
They're going to surprise any team they play.
my
Any
take-
team they
yeah.
play, I would put money on them to win.
They are a really hard team to beat.
They are, and we were saying that in the previous pod. Like I think any
Like,
given day-
Colombia is a.
Yeah.
For me, Colombia is a team that's like on par with like Morocco.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good comp. That's a good comp. Like those are two sleeper teams that can give the top teams
Sleep.
a hard time every time. But I mean,
Yo,
I wanted to say
they
this,
tied
guys.
Portugal. They dominated
So,
Portugal.
we were talking about takes that hit, and Colin Tuberty had an incredible take. Cape Verde was gonna make it to the knockouts. I was a hater. I laughed in his face like this. Ah,
look
and they made it through.
who's laughing now.
And now
Who's laughing?
the Cape Verde players are gonna go home to their wives and children, and they're gonna be like, "I played against Messi. I played against Messi. He scored
Dude,
4
they're gonna-
goals on me and put the ball through my legs 8 times last game. It's okay. I played against Messi."
Oh yeah.
These guys, let me tell you, like, first of all, what a wild card pick. I kind of threw it out there. I looked at their roster. I was like, you know what? They can shock. And that's exactly what they did. And fun fact, they haven't lost a game yet. Cape Verde are undefeated at the moment. All ties. But undefeated.
That's so impressive.
And let me tell you.
That's so impressive.
Let me tell you, these guys, like Marco said, they're going to go back to their families. They're going to be sitting on the beach in 30 years when they're 60 and 70 years old with their families, with their loved ones.
30 days.
and they're going to tell their grandkids. They said, "Grandpa, you played against Messi? We're from Cape Verde." No one's going to believe them. But
Yes, son.
Verde.
Messi dribbled past me, put the ball through my legs, made me fall, and then passed the ball off of my head when I was on the ground to assist himself for a goal.
And we lost 8-0, but it was the best year of our lives.
I mean,
Cape
the
Verde's
fact
defense is solid.
that Cape Verde got through and a team like Turkey didn't. That's a take that did not hit,
Right.
guys.
That was a
Oh.
mess.
I was a big proponent that I was, saying that Turkey was a really good team, that they had
Me too.
world-class players on their squad, that a team like United States wouldn't be able to hang with them. I mean, we lost, but they didn't go through, so it didn't really
We
matter.
didn't start any of our we didn't have our starters being played that
Yeah.
game. We,
That was like a no stakes game, I think. Yeah, there were no nothing. to play for.
62 shots, no goals. 62 shots across 2 games.
Across
No
they
goals.
didn't spend any of their XP on finishing, bro.
Across 2 games, and not across
Yeah,
3,
the
across
first
2
two.
games.
The first two. Yeah, and that's a problem. I mean, like Turkey. If again, there's a lot of like really good teams on paper that we're looking at, and they have really poor end product. I put Turkey in there. I put Germany in there. I put Portugal in there. So it's like you need to have a clinical guy. Turkey doesn't have that. Arda Güler, he had a decent tournament, but it's like, man, they're losing to the likes of Paraguay and Australia. It's like, come on, man. I think
But now,
I think Güler cursed them by being cocky in the tunnel. He said, "We're way better than this team. Let's show them." In the opener against Australia, and then go on to lose against Australia. Like,
yeah, but the Paraguay game though, are we not giving Paraguay enough credit? Because you look at what they did in South America in an international play in friendlies. we're the first team to hang 4 goals on them. Like, they are,
Yeah.
dude. Arsenal strives to play like that. Like that Paraguay team, bro. Like they go out of
Pause. Arsenal strive to play like Paraguay.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. The Green Bay
Play
Packers
defense,
strive
not
to
score.
play like the football team from my 3rd grade in elementary school. All right,
Yo,
let's
that
continue.
football team, that
Let's
Germany
continue.
team, they beat.
Yo.
That Germany take, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, they beat Germany. They tied Argentina. They tied Brazil.
They beat Germany. They beat Germany. Come on.
I bet didn't they
It's a
beat
We're
Cinderella
talking
Argentina
about-
or Brazil?
Guys.
I'm about to run and go grab my Arsenal jersey right now because I'm triggered.
Guys.
I'm triggered. I was supporting AC Milan.
Hey man, like, okay.
Remember, I am Mario Arteta.
Paraguay, cool story. They're a cool Cinderella, kind of like.
They're getting
Cape Verde,
bounced next round.
But
They're getting bounced
first
next round.
that they're getting bounced by France. First of all, and second of all, like in that game, it was all Germany. Like Paraguay's goal was off a fast break. Like the only reason why it wasn't 4-5-1 is because Germany quite literally have 0 end product. Kai Havertz and Undav did nothing. Voltamata did nothing except for Mrs. Penn. Like Germany, like their future is dark. Their future is dark.
Guys, I was at work during that game, and at one point, I was on my bathroom break, and I checked my phone. I wanted to see the stats of the game because they were currently playing. Germany had 82% possession when I checked.
Right. I thought it was 9.
What?
I thought it
That
was
seems
9.
like a PSG Arsenal championship. Like that's the UCL final right there, bro. Like, how can you not tell me that, dude? Literally,
Because
Paraguay
the
did what Arsenal
because
couldn't
that was
do.
more of an
They won
upset.
They won in pens. Paraguay did what Arsenal couldn't do. They won in pens.
This is incredibly really good rage bait. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna
This is
say,
not
you know,
substantive.
you're succeeding in rage baiting me right now. You know. So
man.
let's continue.
Yeah,
let's
let's
continue
continue,
before
let's
I break
continue.
the computer.
Let's talk
Okay?
about Dutch Morocco game. I think that was the
Oh.
best game of the whole slate. And what a
Guys.
day of games yesterday. Like
I wanna
so
say a
freaking-
name.
So good.
Vicencio Somerville. Do you know who he reminds me of?
So good. So
Ooh.
good.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Honestly,
Honestly.
prime Raheem Sterling. Just the way he runs.
Low key.
That's a
Small,
phenomenal
arms, bro.
take. That's a
You know, he reminds me of Raheem Sterling.
I like that take. Just
Yes.
like undersized, speedy wingers, like creative, like that great take, Marco. I like that a lot. I like that.
And he assisted the Gakpo goal.
He did.
Gakpo, unfortunately, lost his son in his mother's womb 2 days before the game. Absolutely tragic for their whole family. I mean, you know, he lost his son before he even got to meet him. I can imagine how his wife must be feeling as well, losing her child in the womb. You know, it's just tragic.
Tragic.
And he still went to play the game. He scored a goal. After scoring the goal, he was overcome with emotions. You know, my heart wanted Netherlands to win because of that. You know, I really felt for the Dutch players that after they lost the game, especially Cody Gakpo, because he's been going through a really tough time over the past few days.
100%. And that was a really cool moment after he scored. I mean, like he scores the goal. Great goal, by the way. Great counter. Falls to his knees, and the whole team just surrounds him. That's a great moment, and you got to root for the Dutch after that. But as far as the game's concerned, like what a great game. What a great battle. I thought going in, the Dutch, like from what they've played in the groups, I thought they were gonna go in and shock the world and kind of blow Morocco out. But wow,
Yeah.
Morocco, I was not familiar with your game. Nusar Mazraoui, MVP. He made about 4 or 5 amazing tackles on Somerville.
Was matched up with Crescencio Somerville, who was like extremely fast and shifty, and Mazraoui was on his ass.
On that. And then on the other side, you got Van Dyke and Van Eck on Saibari, another phenomenal Morocco player. That was another great battle. The battle.
Saibari's celebration when he won the penalty shootout was pretty tough as well.
It
That was tough.
The pens were crazy. It was just such a great high pace, high intensity game. What I will say though is, I think the Dutch, if it was a better coached game, should have handled
Terrible game plan.
Terrible.
They were the team to score, I think, the most goals coming out of the group stage, and they decided to go with the 5-back formation.
5. Like, why are you playing 5 in the back when you have so much success putting guys up? Also, you're playing 2 in the midfield, and it's Gravenberch and De Jong, and Gravenberch is the engine in that midfield for starters. Then you
Sub them off in the clutch.
You sub him off in the clutch. De Jong is not doing anything, and you don't even sub on Reinders for Gravenberch. Like, Gravenberch, like him getting subbed off, it really triggered me. And as a matter of fact, their possession, they dominated possession in the first half, and then second half through extra time, Morocco dominated. Gee, wonder why.
Yeah, extra time. They look good, bro.
Some other.
Last podcast, Ben, you were saying something that we were a little bit laughing at, but it was so true. These African teams can play in the heat.
They can play in the heat.
They can. And let me say this. Let me say this for the pod. You know, we were counting out Morocco a little bit against the Netherlands, but we have to remember, last World Cup, Morocco was incredible.
Yeah.
And they won AFCON technically, even though Senegal won the game. But going into the AFCON final, they were massive favorites because they have a very strong team. And there were 9 teams to come to the World Cup this year. 8 of those 9 teams. Yeah, did I say not?
I think
from
it was
Africa.
9 and 10.
Yeah.
I think it was 9 and 10.
No, there's 9 teams from Africa that came here. 8 out of the 9 fucking qualified. If you look at the same stat for South America, same thing for South America. Almost all the South American teams made it as well.
Sidebar.
It's the heat, baby.
Sidebar.
The European teams just the lower tier ones just haven't been performing very well.
Yeah, and related to that, like the European teams have been underperforming, the African teams have been overperforming, and CONCACAF has been overperforming too. But the continent, like Asia and Australia fries that shit immediately, bro. Fries that shit. Like I think they had an 8 or 9 teams and 2 qualified for the knockouts. 2. Like
Japan and
Japan and Australia, I believe. So
Australia? Really?
Yeah,
Australia plays Egypt today.
You're right. They play Egypt.
Oh gosh.
And like looking at some of the other Asian teams that didn't make it: Jordan, Iraq, Iran, New Zealand. South Korea surprisingly didn't. Which we all thought Korea was going to come second in that group. But like these teams,
did Senegal 5-piece Iraq or Iran?
Yes.
Qatar.
That was a bad.
Yeah, I think FIFA needs to do some evaluating. Go heavier on AFCON and lighter on Asia. I think Asia needs like 4 teams max.
I mean,
because
guys,
those teams are weak.
The Japanese team, even though they lost against Brazil, I mean, they're class. They play class. Great
They're class.
They were great.
I mean, they lost the game. They bowed to all their fans. The coach giving the pep talk after the game. Their coach bows to all the players. I mean, Japan culturally, especially in recent history, they're just amazing.
They're good people.
And great people. Like their past history, before technology, doesn't really speak upon what kind of country Japan are now. And they're in sports They played class. I mean, they played with so much heart against a really tough Brazil team. They scored the first goal. They scored the first goal, and it was a
Banger, by
great
the way.
goal.
Banger, by the way.
Great goal.
Yeah, it's a great goal.
Takes it with his feet. Boom, boom. Bottom corner slotted with power. I mean, no one's stopping that.
Yeah.
Only like a Donnarumma would stop a goal like that one.
Random glaze, but low key valid. Low
It's
key.
the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah.
The long, lanky goalkeepers that are the best. Donnarumma, best shot stopper.
By the way, another goalie to shout out who should get a big move out of his current club is Verbruggen on the Dutch. He made some worldly saves. Like, oh my goodness. And he's on
I also think
Brighton.
Suzuki should get a move.
He's on Brighton. He could play at many top.
Even though he did fumble a penalty.
That okay, yeah, I want to get your take on that as a goalie. I thought that was a bit of bad luck. What's your take?
As a goalkeeper, it's like this. If you get your hand on it, if you get your body on it, if you touch the ball, you should be saving it. Like it's stuff happens obviously, but you train to make your limbs a bit more stiff, your everything, closed, and the ball went under his hip.
Yeah.
Like, I made those mistakes, and I played goalkeeper for club in America.
Yeah.
A world-class goalkeeper should not be allowing the ball to roll under his hip.
I agree.
As soon as the ball's on the floor,
Yeah. It's
but
almost
close it down.
It's almost like the same principle as if there's a
And what he did with his leg to kick it back in, that was bad technique.
Oh,
yeah. It's almost like for football, if the football is near your hands and you don't catch it, that's on you.
Your hands aren't up.
Yeah.
It's just when you touch the ball with your hands, you want to get the save. If you touch the ball and it goes in, you got robbed of a good save.
Yes. And besides that, though, he played an incredible game. He had a save. I don't know if it was on Saibari, the striker, but I think it might have been. It was a strike, literally, the striker or the attacker and the keeper, and one hand saves. It reminded me, maybe it wasn't as big of a save as this, but it gave me flashbacks to Emi Martinez on Kolo Muani.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. Emi Martinez save.
It was a miraculous save, and I was like, there were 4 of us watching it. I was like, brother, crazy. And the funniest part, going back to the Japan-Brazil game, which had a 95th minute game winner, that was the 3rd best game of yesterday's slate. Like, the games yesterday, if we get a day of games as good as June 29th, like, we're in for maybe one of the best World Cups ever.
We're gonna get incredible games today too.
We will.
Yes, dude, yesterday's games are fire, but the day before, on the 28th, as well, Algeria versus Austria.
Wow.
We talk about that 3-3 masterclass of a game on the last play of the game, 1 minute plus, because it was the 96th with 4 minutes of extra time given. The 96th, Austria scores insane header, a beautiful cross across the box. He heads it back to his teammate from the goal line. Teammate heads it in. The 96th, the ref blows the whistle. They went from, in the 95th minute, they went from in the 94th, we're making it. 95th, Algeria scores the goal. They're not making it to the knockouts. 96th, they're in.
Yeah.
I mean, what a game to be at if you're the fans.
Yeah, and
all.
Yeah.
Oh, been cut out.
Oh.
And on top of that, that game was gonna decide Iran's fate as well. If Algeria won, Iran would have gone. So the Iranian supporters are like, whoa. You know what? Iran got screwed over. I don't want to get political. Alright? I don't want to bring geopolitics. I don't want to bring the Strait of Hormuz into this World Cup talk. But did y'all see that offsides call against when they played Egypt?
Oh,
Bro.
that was a bullshit call.
By a toe. And they VAR'd it, and the VAR line was not even parallel to the 6-yard box. I'm like, that's a little sketchy, man. That's a little sketchy. And I think they actually played a good tournament, but the luck that they had was horrible. And then on top of that,
I mean, the
Austria's
World Cup is a tournament of heartbreak. I mean, every single player that plays in the World Cup, it's their dream. It's their dream to be there. It's their dream to play for their country, to say that they played for the World Cup. So, especially because Italy's not in it. Panama was the worst team in the tournament, didn't score a single fucking goal. Okay? They were in the group of death, but damn it. And, stop laughing, bro.
You're American, bro.
Hurts my heart.
You're American.
Last
I'm
pod,
American. I'm American. I'm supporting America. But I also support all of the underdog teams in Latin America. You know, all the underdog teams in Africa that are playing for their hearts, for their families. You know?
And
They-
last pod, you kept saying when we were doing the bracket, you're like, "Where's Panama?" And we were like, "They're poor."
We do not care. Yeah, where's that button?
We do
not care.
Where's Panama?
We do not care.
We do not care.